Hello everyone. The computer says that I'm live, so let me know if you can hear me and let me know if you can see me. So about the delay, I had a lot of trouble connecting onto YouTube for some reason. It's my first time using YouTube and it's meant to be a bit better than Facebook. So we'll see. We will see. How are you guys tonight? Hopefully the chat shows up on the screen because it's a whole different ball game going live on YouTube than on Facebook. Hopefully you can hear me. Just shoot me a message in the chat if you can, so I know. What can I say about tonight? I'll just waffle on until someone says they can hear me. I am going to be playing with some mixed media. This is for one of the challenges that we're doing. Thank you so much, Joe. It's always a bit of a gamble whether people can hear me. Hello, Katie. So we're going to be playing with mixed media. As many of you would know, our Cybercrop has started today over on the community page, and you can find that link through all of my YouTube videos. So if you aren't a part of the community page, make sure you are if you want to play along. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Sue. Hey, Lorena. Hey, Laura. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes because I was a bit late joining for everyone to join. And then I'm going to twist the camera around, as Vicky Burton would say, only I just have to click a button. And we're going to get into some mixed media. So in the meantime, I want to say a big hello to everyone because it's been quite the while since I've done a live video. I think my last live video was sometime early last year, maybe. Hey Tina, hey Kathy, hey Laura. We had a bit of trouble navigating it with Ollie. Ollie's now older. He took himself out of bed last night and walked into our room, into our bed, which gives you an idea of how old he is now. Hey Tina. So now I can do a few more lives. So we thought we would do a Cybercrop in aligning with my 2025 goals of creating more community around this craft, especially here in Australia, and inspiring you guys a bit more. So the challenge I am focusing on tonight is the Mixed Media Product Use Challenge. So if you're sitting there listening to me waffle on, make sure you pull out your crayons, make sure you pull out your Vicky Burton Foundations paper. The collection I'm going to be playing with is Cocoa Vanilla. So Zoe, if you're watching, just know that I love Cocoa Vanilla. And yeah, we'll flip the camera and get started, I think. It has been ages, Amy. How are you? All right, let me see if I can just do this. Oh, that's a nice shot. Take no notice of that shot. All right, so that camera should be flipped and it should be showing very soon. You should get a nice picture of my mixed media mat. And I have had to manually focus this. So if it's a bit out of focus, let me know because my camera kept on doing the fuzzy thing. So as I said, we're going to be playing with some crayons. The crayons I have chosen are the Vicky Burton mixed media crayons or the art crayons. So I'm not sure if any of you know, but Vicky Burton is no longer creating for American Crafts. There's a little bit of, I would say, history there. She's now creating for 49er Market, which is very exciting. That means that products like these are going to be obsolete. So if you can find them, get your hands on them. I use them all the time. I take them to crops and retreats because they're so easily portable. So these are what I'm using. You can use any other type of art crayon as well to do this layout. So the distress crayons would work. The Dina Wakley crayons would work. If you've got gelatos, that would work as well. So we're going to be using those. Happy New Year. I forgot to say that. Happy New Year. The photos I'm going to be scrapping are of Oliver and I. So here's my little man. And then I've printed that out on my Epson 8500 photo printer, which I love, can highly recommend, but it is a bit pricey. So there that one is. And then I've also printed out this one here, and I've done this in the Project Life app, and they're meant to be 2x2 squares, but I've printed on a 6x8 piece of photo paper, so they've come out a bit larger. So they are the photos. I've got to cut them down, and then, like I said, I'm going to be using the Cocoa Vanilla Happy Days collection. Oh, Ollie's woken up. That's all right, Shax is with him. But I'm going to be using this collection here, which is just bright and bubbly. So we're going to pick out some Vicki Boutin mixed media crayons based on those. So let me start off with cutting down my photos. So we do the boring stuff while everyone's joining. Then we will jump into doing the exciting stuff. So, oh, this is also a new trimmer for me. It is the Tim Holtz Precision Trimmer. I've been playing with it a little bit before I do a review on YouTube, but I have honestly been loving it. I think it is a beautiful trimmer to have. The guideline for it jumps up. It's got like a press button either side of it. So it jumps up as you're trimming, which makes maneuvering your photo underneath super, super easy. So let me just trim these down, and they'd be a little bit littler than 4x4 because I had a border. So is everyone else excited about the Cyber Crop? I am super excited. I'm planning on going live 3 times, including tonight, and then I'm hoping to go live on the regular at least once a month. Just, you know, to chat to you guys and inspire you to get creative so that you can book it in your calendar for some creative time, listen to me waffle on, learn some techniques, have a glass of wine or a hot chocolate, and just get that sense of community back, I think, would be nice. So they're my 3 photos I'm going to use. Now, my bit rate's apparently too slow, which is why it would be blurry. I've got the Ethernet cable it's plugged into. Let me know if you guys are still there. All right. Move those photos over, and we will get some foundations paper. This is probably one of the things I did not grab. So I might need to get up. You'll probably see my pajama pants when I get up to grab that. Because I'm like wearing a shirt, but I'm wearing pajama pants underneath it. Give me a second. Alrighty. So I've got the Vicki Boutin foundations paper, and I'm not sure if you guys saw in the live, but Vicki said that American Crafts will have some form of the foundations paper still coming out when she leaves American Crafts. So if you've been fretting about that, I wouldn't stress too much. I think it should all be fine. I think American Crafts makes a bit too much money off people loving the foundations paper to let it go completely. With the trimmer, do you go through blades quickly, and how easy is it to source replacements? So a lot of the big scrapbooking places here in Australia have replacements like Craft Online and a few others. I have been using this now since, when was it? September, and I haven't had to replace the blade yet. Normally I would have had to replace it with the Fiskars orange trimmer by now, but I haven't had to replace it with this one here. So I will play with it a bit further until I do have to replace the blade, and then do a full review on it as well. It does also come with a score blade that you can use in there as well if you do cards, which I love. I wasn't honestly worried, Tina, when they said foundations paper. Like, it didn't cross my mind that foundations paper wouldn't be a thing. because I just normally gesso a piece of white paper anyway, and it does the trick. So if you have a really decent white cardstock that you're happy with, you can always gesso over the top in some clear gesso and it will do the same as foundations paper. So I wasn't overly worried. So we're going to start off with our mixed media. For this, I'm going to bring in some packaging. I don't know what that is on my packaging, but it's there. So we're going to do the good old-fashioned packaging technique to start off with. Now, if you are someone that doesn't do mixed media a lot, you need to know that mixed media works in layers and it goes through a phase. And I will never forget talking to many people after doing my first couple of lives, and they said to me, Cass, I got really worried because your layout looked fantastic with one layer and then you put on more layers and it started to look really crappy, but somehow you brought it back. And that is just the nature of mixed media. It goes through like a wave of looking really good when you add a little bit, and then you might add a little bit too much and it looks really crappy, and then you add a lot more and it looks fantastic. So that is the wave that we're going to go through here tonight. I am going to, if I'm talking really fast, it's because I've had a lot of caffeine today as well. 3 coffees instead of 2, just so I could stay up and do this live. So I'm going to pull in the piece of paper. This one here is Sunshine Lollipops from Cocoa Vanilla Studio, so I can pair some of the colours to it. The one thing about these crayons are they're very messy. We have a light blue here, so I'll pull out the light blue. We have a purple, but it's a bit more of like a plum purple. It's not really like a deep purple. There is a teal color as well, and a green. So we'll see what green we're going to go with. Is there a green in here? No. So we might end up going with this green, but I think that's a bit too greeny, so we'll pull out that one. So tell me, how was your Christmas? What did you guys get up to? Did you get any crafty supplies? I got a My Sweet Petunia stamp press, the Misty press off Sharks for Christmas. Mind you, I sent him the link for it. So if he didn't, hey Patricia, if he didn't send it to me, if he didn't give it to me, I was going to get grumpy because I did send him the link to it to buy it. So I'm just pulling out a few colours here. We're going to go all out. We might not use them all. But my plan for this is to create a diagonal piece of mixed media down the page. Hey, Jamie. So let me know if you're crafting along tonight. I always love it when people craft along. Someone's already entered in the challenge. Sue has scrap lifted the process video I put up today where I scrap lifted someone, so it's a double scrap lift, but she's done a fantastic job. So if you haven't checked out that photo, make sure you go and check it out because it looks amazing. So to begin with, I'm going to take my piece of packaging. This is just from a set of Alpha thickers. I'm going to scribble quite a decent amount of, I broke it, quite a decent amount of art crayon on there. They are nice and soft, so it's nice and easy to do. Then I'm going to take my Tim Holtz spritzer and add a bit of water. And I'm also going to spritz down my foundations paper, so it's a wet on wet technique. I have some water off to the side, so I'm going to take a wet paintbrush and just mix all of that colour in, because it tends to wet up the top surface but not wet up the bottom layer of crayon if it's a thick application. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Plan to do some crafting tomorrow. That sounds amazing. We're going to a park tomorrow. We were going to go to the beach, but I think the beach might be a bit hot. So I'm just going to do some of the packaging technique on this one. Just moving it around with the packaging and spreading it out unevenly, like so. Let me shift that over to the side. Very fancy with the 2 views there. Thank you. It was all my settings were saved from when I used to do live streams. So I think Sharks originally set it up for me. I won't take credit for the fanciness. Either that or I Googled how to do it, but it was already set up, and then my camera wouldn't work, so he had to fix it for me today. So definitely not me. So I've just wiped off that crayon there. I'm going to come in with my heat tool and dry that layer so that it doesn't mix into my next one. So if you're wearing headphones, just be careful because the heat tool might be a bit loud for you. Sorry, I've got to reach over to grab my heat tool. All right, so that's not fully dry, but it's dry enough for us. Gus has his best mate here, so feeding the hungry fishermen is like, oh, that's nice. I already fed the family. I made honey mustard chicken for dinner. So we had dinner at 6 p.m. so that we could get Ollie sorted. And he's definitely in that tantruming phase where he doesn't want to eat his dinner, so he tips his plate, which is fantastic. Causes quite the stir at dinner time. So he ended up having a peanut butter sandwich because he didn't like my cooking, which is quite the regular thing at the moment. All right, so I'm just taking the red crayon, and it's really like a pinky red. Mixing that down, and we're going to add that on too. So I do want to leave a little bit of white space. So I think I'm going to come in for this one. Or I might add a bit of white gesso over the top maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll add this one in. And I'm going to layer it over the top of that pink and blend it in. Like so. I have a sticky bottom plate for him. He doesn't like using that one. He's just at that age where it's difficult. He is very good at saying no. No, I don't want that one, but he's very hard to tell you what he does want. So there that is. I'm going to dry that off with my heat gun again, so just be careful of your ears. Morning, Linda. You must be from America, Linda. I'm taking a guess. I'm absolutely terrible with geography, so time zones are not my thing. But given that you said morning and it's 8 p.m. at night here, I'm going to take a wild guess and say America. Maybe Europe, but I don't know. Do the boys ever grow out of being difficult? No, they do not, Jamie. I can say that wholeheartedly. I saw a meme on the internet the other day, right before Christmas, and it said I should, something along the lines of I should get a big Christmas present from my mother-in-law for putting up with her son or something like that. I was like, oh, it was worded way better than that. All right, let me flip this orange one over. And we're just gonna smudge that one on as well. So overlapping it. I need a little bit more on there. Florida, cool. I really wasn't sure. Geography is not my strong suite. Science is definitely something I'm way better at. What's the weather like in Florida at the moment? Is it snowing? All right, we're gonna add a bit more orange just to complete that. Then I'll move that to the side and clean that off. I've seen one that says, "I've seen you work." Not a fan. There's some good memes out there. I like them. All right. Don't think that needs to be hit with a heat gun. It wasn't that wet. So we're going to go into our yellow. Layer on quite a bit of yellow. And wet it down. And then spread it out. So let me know, do you guys like doing mixed media? Have you used your crayons in a very long time? Do you have crayons and never touched them? What's it like in your crafty room at the moment with mixed media? Because I'm sure it's no surprise to a lot of you that I like mixed media, but not everyone is in the same boat. No, they don't. I have 3 boys, 23, 21, and 15, and still out daily. Spirited discussions. Oh, fantastic. Let's hope that yeah, I don't know. I love Ollie to pieces though, but he is very at that age. We'll put it that way. All right. Love mixed media, but never remember to use my crayons. You got to pull them out and put them on your bench. That's the trick to it. No snow. We're taking after God's snow here. It's 44 degrees. Okay. Like I said, not good at geography. It has been, what temperature has it been here? Like 36? Really hot. That crayon was a bit too dark, so I'm mixing in some light green with it too. We need to get the right combination of greens. So, poor thing, you got worn out by the boys, did he, Jamie? All right. Thank you, Kathy. It's going through its looking good error, and then it will go through its looking bad error, and then it will come back to its looking good error. So we'll see how we go. We do use Celsius, and even though I'm a scientist, I cannot convert to Fahrenheit because it's either Kelvin or Celsius for me. All right. The old gelatos will perfectly count, Amy. Anything crayon related that you've got. If you hadn't made a layout and not told anyone, I'm sure they wouldn't have been able to tell. That's why I added in the description of the challenge, like $2 crayons. If you want to grab your kids' crayons, will work. Someone's popping in to say hello. Hi. Hello. I am having fun. All of my friends are here. Who would have known that I have friends? We even have someone from America here. Linda's from America.
Oh, cool.
The Sharks is here too, guys. He's just not wearing a shirt, so he's not coming on camera, which is very typical of him. All right, stay. All right, so now we're going the teal, which I love this crayon, and these crayons last forever. I like gelatos. They're very pastes do have a habit of drying up, but I've found the crayons, the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, the Tim Holtz sprays, they're all really good at keeping their texture. And then also like your watercolors, so your Lindy's, your shimmers, they're all really good at keeping the distance, but pastes, you do need to limit how much you buy and use them quite quickly, especially Nuvo. I put in a complaint to Nuvo a couple of years ago because of how quickly Nuvo dries up here in Australia, and they weren't aware of the problem. So I'm not game enough to try them again, but they have been told. All right, getting a bit messy. Well, that is the nature of the beast, isn't it? All right. Time difference. What day is it there? It's Saturday. 8:30 in the morning. In the afternoon. I need another coffee. All right, I would normally be tucked up in bed reading my book by now. All right, I'm gonna dry this with a heat tool, so just watch your ears. Then what else are we gonna do? We'll do some blue, I think, to finish it off. The crayons also have chunky bits. You've just got to break it down with some water and a paintbrush. The scribbler sticks you need to add a lot and a lot and a lot of to make them work. The more you add of them, the better they become. Each one has its own little niche way of using it. Yeah, Nuvo's not a good brand. Well, see, Linda, I'm in my pajama pants, and my pajama pants have a habit of going Technicolor because I wake up early in the morning to craft and film videos before the family wakes up. And I'm still in my jammies. Quite a few times I've been caught on camera in my jammies. So my Peter Alexander, which is a big pajama brand here in Australia, a Technicolor from Too Much Mixed Media. All right. You got to let the companies know. Half the time they're making stuff thinking it's good for one environment, and it might be good for colder climates like America in some of their states, but it's not good for here. So just, yeah, sometimes kindly letting the companies know that there's an issue can be really beneficial. All right, I've got the mixed media page now. It is a whole heap of stuff. I'm going to turn it around, I think. We'll go this way. I'm actually wondering if I went overboard on the mixed media for this one. I think I did. I kind of want to contain it to the middle part, I think. So let me quickly do that again. I will use that for another layout. You'll see that come up. Stretchy pants are the bomb. Lots of for card making. Yeah. I have started ordering 8.5 by 11. So you'll see up on my YouTube channel really soon that I've done a Alternate haul, which I'm really excited about. And we always get a little bit envious of Americans here in Australia because of how cheap the craft supplies are. Because it's really expensive over here. All right, so let me do this again. We're going to maintain it in this middle section and not go overboard. So we'll just put a little smidgen on. Because I think what I'll do with that one that I made is cut it up for another layout, and we'll do some messy hexagons and stuff. But I have a technique in mind that I want to show you. So I'm gonna flip it around and just let it dribble a little bit. And then we're kind of gonna go in like, oh, I like that, in like a liney sort of pattern. And the way I'm doing that is just by holding the piece of packaging really tight. So let me mop this one up because I think I like that a lot better. It's not too overboard. So let's bring in the red. We'll do the same. Alrighty, like so. And we'll let that sort of just dribble on. And then we'll tuck up our piece of, what is it, packaging. And we're going to smush it out and spread it out. And spread it in. Oh, I like that a lot better. Craft supplies in general are expensive, but I hear all outside US have a lack of options and cost. Well, I think our options have gotten better, for sure, but the cost, because you've got to pay shipping and everything like that. So that the poor companies that supply craft supplies to us have a lot of fees they've got to manage, which then jacks up the price. So we try and do our best to keep the price low for everyone, and I know all the shops try and do that, but sometimes it's just not possible. All right, we'll tip that one over again. New packaging technique. And I like it. I've got more mixed media I'm going to put on here too. So stay tuned. For now, we're just doing packaging lines. We'll call it. Now for the yellow. I wonder if that yellow is a bit too yellow. No, we've got a really bright yellow there. So bring this one in. Yeah, I just I don't know, to be able to go to some of the events that Americans have as well. I would love that. I know I'm not the only one who would love that. Like to be able to go to Creativation would be amazing. So all I'm doing is dabbing this in lots of different directions to get that different lines. What mat? I'm working on the Tim Holtz glass mixed media mat, and it's got the full coverage silicone silicone mat on top. I really would like to make an order through America and get the very large glass mats that everyone's using, but I'm terrified of it breaking in the mail on its way here. And as we sit here and craft, I've got a package lost in the mail from Simon Says Stamps that was meant to arrive before Christmas that Aramax cannot tell me where it is, which is a bit annoying. And it's like $1,000 order. It's not a cheap order. I would love to be able to go to events here too. Oh. How much is it to go to Creativation? Because I never really discussed that. Well, then you need the full-size silicone part to go on top, because the full-size silicone part is great when you're ink blending and stuff. It just you can wipe it off so easily. A lot of different mixed media that would normally get stuck to the glass works with that section. So much better. Well, that green's taken over my yellow, but I have a feeling my photo is going to go there. All right. I love my Tim Holtz black mixed media mat. It's just not big enough if you're doing filming for a 12 by 12 layout. Then we're going to go teal. And filming really is what makes or breaks. Like, there's nothing wrong with the product. It just, if you're filming, you need the right setup. We got an invite to go to Creativation because we own a craft business, but we couldn't justify the fees and the accommodation and everything to go over to America. We would have loved to been able to go, and I know Paper Rose, which is an Australian company, has been able to go. We did get an invite, but we had to sadly pass it up. Craft Online has them. I know that if you have a chat with, I'm not sure if Steph is here, but Steph from Kitaholics Kits might have them as well. Steph, are you out there? Do you want to comment if you've got the full-size glass mixed media mat in stock? Or if it's something you can get in? She said she was grabbing a bottle of wine and joining us. So she had the bottle of wine pre-chilled. So we'll see if she's made her way onto the live stream yet. All right, and then we'll go this one and flip it up. Like that. Not in stock. Yeah, okay. Craft Online's not in stock either. It'd be worthwhile shooting a message to them just to let them know you want it, because sometimes it's hard picking what's stock to stock. To attend virtual scrapbooking cards today, that is an awesome event. That would be amazing. I'm a big fan of Kathy Zilski, who does the creative editing, I think she is, for scrapbooking cards today. And then she creates a lot of stamps and dies and stuff for Simon Says Stamp. I watch her religiously on YouTube. She cracks me up. She's my kind of girl. All right, we're nearly done. I think I might add in the purple after all because it kind of just goes with our color tone here. Oh, there you are, Steph. Your name is My Creative Place, not Steph. So I got really confused. Step 1 for pain meds. Oh no. That's no good. It's never nice feeling unwell. And since having a toddler in daycare, we know that feeling quite well. I love Kathy too. And if you follow her on Instagram, her stories are amazing. She just has the best stories. Her and Jennifer Maguire, I absolutely love. And then I'm going to do one last purple and we'll pack the crayons away maybe. Ooh, is that the purple I want? What do I want more of that one? Maybe more of that one. All right. So maybe a little bit of pink might go well in here too. I'll add that in. Just to make it more of a Seedless Preserves purple and a little bit of a Wilted Violet purple. I do not watch the Craft Roulette. It's just not something I've ever gotten into. Is it worthwhile watching? I think because a lot of those things are intended to watch live, and we can't usually make a lot of the lives over in America because of the time zone difference. I've never kind of watched it on replay. All right, there we go. That's our crayons done for now. I am going to come in with some splatters though, but I need that fully dry. So I'm going to use the heat gun and make sure that it's fully dry so that my splatters stay as a layer and don't blend in with that. But what do you think of it so far? I think I love that more than the other one that we done. So that one's a bit more controlled. This one's a bit out of control. You will see me use that on a layout though. So let's grab this one. All right. I like the out of control one too, Linda, but for my next technique that I wanted to use, it's going to be a bit difficult on that layout. So I thought we'll start over so I can show you all the different techniques I've got in mind. Chuck's asked me if this was going to go for an hour. We're already at the hour mark, so obviously it's going to go a bit longer than an hour, but he should have known that. All right. Let's bring this one up. We'll grab some pink because I want to do some splatters on this layout, but I'm not going to let that pink go to waste. I'm going to add it to my other layout because it's messy enough that, I mean, we can do it, right? What's a bit more mess on there? You're right, Ollie's dinner versus my dinner. What's a bit more dinner to add to the table? So I'm just dipping my paintbrush in and doing some splatters. I'm going to do some really controlled big splatters as well, just by bringing my paintbrush. It's like a faux big splatter. All right. So while that dries, am I live every Saturday? No, but I'm hoping to go live at least once a month. We've got a toddler, which makes going live a little bit difficult. We have a soon-to-be 2-year-old. He is soon to be 2 at the end of January, and we're having a Wiggles party for him. We went and saw the Wiggles live, and I think I loved it more than he did. But we're throwing him a Wiggles party. But because of him, it's very difficult to go live all the time because I need to put him to bed, and sometimes my partner's away. So it's a bit unpredictable. But keep an eye on the Facebook page because I'll be scheduling ahead of time when I'm going live each month. I'm going to use the heat tool again just to dry those splatters. Good, Linda. If you haven't heard, we're running a cyber crop at the moment over on our community page. If you want to join in, because we've opened it up internationally, so we've got prizes we're going to be giving away, and we're willing to send them internationally. So if you haven't joined the Facebook page, make sure you do, and you can join in on the crop. So I'm just coming in with the red. Hey Sandra, just put my first entry in for the cyber crop. Did get out and use. Oh, nice. I'll have to go have a look after this. My phone has been buzzing. Everyone has loved starting off the year with a cyber crop. And I know Jamie's also got a Facebook page that she posts all of the Australian challenges that you can enter in. So if you're looking for something like that, it's a good page to follow. And Jamie can post the link if she wants. So I'm going to do the same and just do some very controlled larger splatters of red. I know people always say that red looks like blood. I never get that vibe with red. It's probably the scientist in me. I'm like, no, it's a different shade of red. Can't do that. The Facebook page is the same name, and then the community page that the crop's on is called the Crazy Craft Obsession Community page. If you go into one of my YouTube videos, the links are in the description box, so you can follow that link. I like that the more we add to it, I have to say. So, yeah, that is. Now we'll do the orange. Let's swish that around. Oh, you'll hear Alfred going. That's our RoboVac. So apologies if you can hear him. Shucks might jump on his phone and turn him off. But he goes twice a night for us to clean up after the 4 cats and Oliver. Very handy having a RoboVac. Not mixed media related, but I've been watching Sandy from Scrapping Reflections do a December project, and I'm totally inspired to do a small album, decorate for the. Oh, I love watching December daily albums. They are gorgeous. I know Katie from the Scrappy Sisters, if she's still here, she does a December daily album with her sister Jess. Oh, she just posted. Calling it a night. That's okay. Hope you have a good time. But her and Jess do a December daily album as well, and they make pages for each other. All right, okay, going with this. It's a process. And then the same channel, but the Scrappy Sisters, Jess creates, she's on the design team for Steph, who's here, who does Kidaholics Kids. So lots of fantastic inspiration on that channel. Well worthwhile checking out if you don't already follow them. And they've been doing this for years. I'm just an amateur on YouTube compared to them. So let me come in with this yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I love watching YouTube too, but it is a lot of work to create videos, which is why I like to say in a lot of my videos to show your favorite creators some love, because it's hours and hours and hours worth of editing and stuff to be able to create videos. So there, that one is, then we'll come in with a bit of green. And this. Oh, you're still here, Katie. I thought you were going. But they have been doing it for lots and lots of years. Scrappy Sisters and Laura Albert are amazing channels to follow. Laura's had to go back to work, so she doesn't post much anymore, but she's got so much content that you can watch. And they do Scraptember, so it's amazing. They post every day for Scraptember. I tried to do that last year, and it turned into Scrap October and Scrap November and Scrap December, and now they're getting posted even still in January of 2025. Definitely not someone who can be that organized. I keep on trying, but I can't be that organized. Not when I work full time. All right. There we go. Now we'll do teal. Message retracted. Ooh. I can see that. It's a privilege that YouTube gives that Facebook did not. I love Aussie scrappers as well. There's a lot of American scrappers, and I love watching them too. And I love watching their craft rooms because they've got amazing craft rooms over in America from the spare like bonus rooms they get in their houses. We just don't have that in Australia. We don't have lofts or anything like that. Jacques and I are looking at eventually building. We have our eye on a really nice designed house that has a loft in it that's like an acreage property. Mind you, he wouldn't let me turn that into a craft room. I have 10 more pages to do for Scraptember. Oh, you're going well. What am I doing? I was working on the color palette challenge in lieu of crayons, but it's not going to meet the design brief. All blues. Oh no. Can you turn it into another challenge maybe? All right. We'll do the blue. This technique can definitely be used on cards, Linda. I delve into card making as well as scrapbooking, and I do art journaling as well. And so many of the techniques cross over. If you haven't followed Natasha Foote, She's a New Zealand lady who I watch a lot of for card making. And because she has trouble getting products here in Australia, she tends to combine a lot of products, unlike some of the bigger people over in America that card make for companies. So she's got a lot of tips and tricks on how to save your stash and get the most out of your buck. Very worthwhile watching. What song I've got stuck in my head? You guys will laugh. But it's literally, who's in the Wiggle House? Who's in the Wiggle House? Who's in the Wiggle House today? It is stuck on repeat in our house. I love Natasha too. I find her videos so helpful. We're nearly there for this section of the mixed media. So that's where we're going to hang up our crayons and we're going to dive into some inks. So I love mixing crayons and inks and all different mixed media products. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy doing that too. It's a really good way to get a bang for your buck out of your mixed media products. And this might surprise a few of you, but I'm actually going to bring in some stamping. I was using Wiki Benton Bold and Bright, thought I had the colours covered, but it wasn't meant to be, no. Sometimes layouts just go that way. I did see that, Jamie. I have all the eyes. Hey Shay, how are you? You're not late to the party. We've just done a bit of mixed media. You can watch it on replay because it will be posted to the channel. So the reason why I decided to come over to YouTube rather than hosting it on Facebook as well is there's a bit better technology here on YouTube, but also by doing a live on YouTube, it gets my watch hours up, which means that I can get a, once I hit 1,000 subscribers and get my watch hours up, I can start getting paid by YouTube for creating content. So I figured if I can host a live here instead of over on Facebook to get my watch hours up, which is where I'm lacking, it'll really benefit me. And it's not too hard to go from Facebook to YouTube. Lucky's in the Wiggle House. Yes. We saw Lucky live, and he was one of my favorite characters. I will be doing a craft room tour as soon as I can get the stuff off my floor, because my floor is covered in stuff. Just becomes a dumping ground for anything and everything. I've got seeds in here from my garden. Everything goes in the craft room for me. All right, there's our last color. Thanks so much, Shay. This is our, oh, I'm wiping it away, but that's okay. This is our controlled layout. Well, this is Cassie's dinner. And this is our messy layout, also known as Ollie's dinner, because he likes to chuck his dinner. So that is it for the crayons. We're going to put this aside and pack all those crayons away. And then we're going to come in with some inks. Show the floor, it's real. You have no idea. At one point there, you had to step over stuff to get in the doorway. It's hilarious. And this is one room that Oliver's not allowed in because there's too many little things for him to get into. But he's proving to be quite the artist. He really enjoys drawing. He can say the word apple, so you have to draw him apples. and mummies and daddies. And he can say the word beta because he's learnt that when I make cakes and stuff like that, he can have the beta. So he likes to say the word beta of all words. All right, so I'm going to give my hands a really good clean. I don't think I said hello to you, Holly, yet, so I'll say hello. Thumbs up. It will absolutely help the algorithm. Thank you so much, Linda. I hate saying that and trying to get likes. I really do it for the inspiration. All right, before I go any further, let me tuck those away. Let me pop this one away. Pop this one over. I've got to dry it. So just watch your ears because I'm going to dry it. Alrighty, so that should be most of them dry. I'm going to roll over with a paper towel just to make sure that we got most of that gone. There we go. Because we need it quite dry to be able to do the next technique. So I have picked out some distress inks, not distress oxides, but distress inks because I wanted that brighter tone. I've got Prize Ribbon, Mermaid Lagoon, Peacock Feathers, Mowed Lawn, Carved Pumpkin, Seedless Preserves, Picked Raspberry, Candied Apple, and then if I can go back over here, I've got mustard seed. All right. So you might be questioning, what am I going to do with these inks? There's already a lot happening. We're going to add some more layers. So if I can move this out of the road, I'm going to bring in one of my stamp bins. Now I have 4 bins like this. I've arranged all my stamps in little sleeves. And I'm just going through and having a look at each one for some tiny words. So a lot of the American crafts tend to have tiny words to them that are just like one word. Here's some that one there is not too bad. Shared the lab in your group. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Thank you. Lots of people might watch it on replay. They might not be able to join. So that one's got love. Just having a look through. So when is the last time you put out all your stamps? Because they're something that don't really get used all too often. particularly when you're scrapbooking. All right, we've got a few. So I'm going to grab my very oversized stamp block that's seen better days. And because my photos aren't really of anything in particular, it's just Ollie and I are sitting out the front having a great time. I'm going to do some really generic phrases. So this one here is a really great day. It is from the Amy Tangerine Bright and Brave, Brave and Bold collection, something like that. I'm going to pop it on my stamp block. Try and get it fairly straight because it is a curvy sentiment. Straight enough. We'll move these ones out of the way. And I'm going to bring this one in. So we'll start off with Picked Raspberry. And I'm going to add this kind of down my page. So we're just going to stick it and plonk it down. It's really meant to blend into the background, not stick out too much. So I'm going to add it again up the top here. Then we're going to wipe this one down, and I should have gotten my stamp chamois a bit wet, but I did not, so we'll just use a baby wipe. I'm going to move into, we might skip red for that sentiment, and we'll move into orange. Let me know if you've done this technique before. I really like it. So we're going to move into orange. Going to put it here. And I'll pop it there just in case you can see that section. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. Because at the moment I don't know where my photos are going to go. So again, I'm going to mix yellow and go into green. Have a good day, Linda. You can watch the replay. So this next bit's not going to take too long, and then from there on in, it's a very easy layout. The mixed media really is the heaviest part of the layout, most time consuming. So let's bring that one in, and lastly we'll do some seedless preserves. So now I'm going to come in and switch up my stamp for a different sentiment. So I'll pop that one back in. Oh, I've got it in the back here. Bungalow Lane. Bungalow Lane. Late afternoon is that stamp set. So I'm going to come in and do this one. I am in love with this little sentiment here, so I'm going to go hello, but I also love this one here, and it's utterly awesome with the word utterly like a cow udder. I just think that is adorable. So I'm going to chuck it on, and I'm sure no one else will even pay attention to it, but we'll know it's there. And this one is from the Simple Stories. Simple Stories Homegrown Collection. That's from. I just think that's adorable. We'll go into this one. It is all about the details. We'll put it out here. Oh, I don't think I want to do that one twice. All right. Go up into this one. So you can see how we're doing a real horizontal pattern for this layout. Where's my red? And the stamps really just, I don't know, they just add that extra layer, which is adorable. So there that one is. We'll do the hello stamp as well, which will go on a bit easier. Turn it around and straighten it up. And I will say at the moment I'm toying with a few different stamps to see which one is possibly the best one. So I've got some Old New stamps, I've got some Simon Says stamps, Pink Fresh stamps, and Distress and Distress Oxide stamps. So it'll be interesting to see which one is the best one out of those. For stamping, but also how they differ for mixed media, those sorts of things. So let me know if you're interested in seeing a video on that. So I think this might be the last one maybe that we do, because we don't want to overrun it in stamps either. We've got more stuff to put on in terms of embellishments and stuff like that. I often use random stamps in the background, but don't often use words. It's a good take on it. I just found I had to find a way to use the little sentiments that you get with the American Crafts stamp sets, because I have severe FOMO. In every American Crafts collection that I buy, I have to get the stamp set with it, just in case. Severe FOMO, and they all have these little tiny word stamps, and it was hard to figure out what on earth we were going to use them for. So I had to figure that out, and I found this method here a really good way to use them. Then we'll go into Mermaid Lagoon. And don't get me wrong, I love background stamps as well. It's just sometimes the background stamps aren't what you need for a layout. Yes, I have a lot of Vicky Burton stamps as well. And like I said, I had severe FOMO. I had to get them. All right, that's probably good enough for us. We'll clean the stamps, we'll put all the stamps away. And then what might surprise you is I'm going to come in with my pen and ruler. So, put that stamping block away, we'll gather these guys up. If you have a sewing machine, you can do this by a sewing machine. I do not have a sewing machine. I used to, and it does not play nice with me, so we don't have a sewing machine anymore. So I'm going to do some faux stitching on here. So I'm going to come through, purposely line up my ruler, and then purposely offset it slightly. And draw a thin line through here. So I am using a Micron 0.2 pen, just any pen will really do. And we're going to continue this all the way down. And I might switch over to the 0.3 because it's not doing it well enough through that crayon. It's just too thin. So we'll come in, we'll do they would look really cool. I really think there's something to adding black in. I just think it looks really nice having some black added in. And adds like a little bit of a contrasting color. And I'm purposely doing a few of these skew so that they aren't the same length and they're not the same, like it's very distressed. So just continue on down. We'll be done with this in a second. And then we can get on to our embellishing part. So there's really no rhyme or reason for this. You just don't want it to look too planned. Thanks, Steph. I really don't necessarily have a plan when I come on here. So it's either going to turn out or it's not. how we go. So I've done my lines. I'm now going to come in with a pen and do some like faux stitches on some of the lines. Just from doing some like really wonky zigzags, and it's going to like cross over some of our stamps and, you know, make some of them disappear, but that's perfectly fine. It's just going to add another black element. Just like so. You absolutely can create a lot of layouts without a lot of dollars. Just sitting down and playing, yes, absolutely, without interruptions or anything like that. So now I'm going to come in with some pattern paper. So if I bring in my 6x8 papers, I've got that one. I think that one there would be really cool. It's going to bring in a bit of white space. That one's going to conflict a little bit. The rainbows would be kind of cool. The yellow could be kind of cool, or the teal. Or even the navy. But I think that might conflict with my photos a little bit. I find that regardless of whatever what I'm on. I reckon if you don't like what you make, you just aren't finished yet. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to do, I think maybe these three could be kind of cool. I'll just double check that I haven't got anything different. Well, I've got that one there would be kind of nice. Pull out our scraps. So I like to store all of my scraps in a heavy duty A4 envelope. So I've got that one in a scrap, which I didn't have otherwise. And that one there I could possibly use. So that worked out quite well. We might stick with those, I think, and this one. Why not use our scraps? So what I'm going to do is tear this one on both sides, I think. And along the bottom, just for that roughed edge look. It's going to sit here. Then we'll bring in a bit of the yellow. And we might make that one the longer one. So we're going to pop that one in the middle. And we'll do I might even rip this one in half, I think. Because I'll probably do that one with a bit of this one. Like so. I love torn paper edges too. They are gorgeous. And especially like it was a technique that I lost and then regained. So we might pop that one in like so. And I'll come in and pop this one on this side just to sort of add the illusion that it's going through. I think will be a fun way to do it, because then what I can do, I might trim down my photo slightly. So I'm going to trim this down. And I'm not measuring. If I was in a perfect world, I would measure that, but I'm not worrying about it. So then my photo can sit in the center here, even possibly on an angle like that, I think would be kind of cool. And then my other photos can get shifted around that, I think, which would be kind of cool. Oh, it covers a lot up. Let's put one down here underneath. Could even tuck them underneath the different layers, which might be nice. All right, I think we've got a plan. It is a great pick of Ollie and I. It was gorgeous. So I am going to use some Barely Art glue to glue down my layers. And I'm pretty sure we want this one here to go here. What I like to say on all my videos is if you've done mixed media, you want to use glue, not double-sided tape, just because the mixed media doesn't seem to let your layers adhere quite as much. Then we're going to do this one. And I'm purposely not going to take it to the edge of this one so I can ruffle it up. So we'll bring that one in like so. We're going to bring this one in. I did love the glue. I also got some Gina K Connect glue as well, just to compare the different glue types. And I filmed a video yesterday for how to kill a kit with style and use some Gina K Connect glue. And I had to say I loved that one too. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to lean towards in the long run. All right, we'll chuck that one to the side and add this one behind. Then I need to map my photos, and you'll be able to see me fight with my ATG gun whilst doing that. So there that is. I'm going to glue this bit down because I don't see me adding anything behind there. I honestly didn't look at the price. I will have to go back and compare all of those things, but I was placing a Simon Says stamp order and thought I will order this as well while I'm here, without looking at the price and everything. So I've got some white cardstock. Mark my photos on. So far though, I have to say I'm liking it. It is a really strong glue. You don't need much glue to make it work. It goes quite well. And I got one of the fun applicator bottles that Gina K has for it, which is kind of like the fine liner bottle. And it hasn't given me much grief at all. It's been quite good. So let's go that one. And then we'll go this one. I love sanding my photo. Oh, I've never done that. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not quite much of a manicurist, so I don't think I've got a sanding block or a nail file or an emery board to do that. I am very much a nail biter. So the only nails I do in this house is Ollie's nails, which is where someone has to pin him down so that I can clip them. Which, surprisingly, his nails grow long enough to do that every 2 weeks. Like, it's a lot. All right, we'll add these in. I think I might mat these on something as well, just to keep their attention. I think black's going to be too heavy though. Oh, if you're worried about wonky lines, I'd look away now, because I do not use a trimmer for matting at all. Too much time wasted on matting. I think black might be a little bit too dark for this. We might have to use a different color. Nice, quick and easy. Done. All right. What color, what color, what color? Do, 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 do. How is everyone's crafting going or relaxing? Hopefully it's going well for you guys. My dark blue is not there. It must be here somewhere. There it is. Is that going to be a bit much for my photos? I think it will be. Maybe we can do a really thin line. I think that might work. The aqua cardstock, you reckon? I was thinking this one, but I'll try it on the aqua. We'll see how we go. That could work. Could work. What other ones have we got here? Got a purple. Could it work on the purple? No, the aqua's definitely better than that. We might do the aqua, I think. Good suggestion. Had to remove lettering from my photo. Spelled danger instead of danger. Have you seen my YouTube video show you where I went to spell a word and I spelt the word but instead? It was meant to be the word just, and somehow I managed to spell the word but, I think it was, and I had to fix it up, and I I voiced over the YouTube video explaining what had happened because I'd stuck the letter in place and couldn't get it back up without ruining my photo. So then I had to come up with a title that had the word but in it. It was hilarious. Alright, what's on the back of this? Alright. Would you believe that Ollie doesn't like to wear these shirts anymore, Jamie? He had a cry today because we didn't put him in his bluey pajamas, to the point where I had to go through the clean washing pile to find a bluey shirt for him to wear because he was trying to remove his generic shirt that we put on him. Yes, I find with my letter stickers, I have to add glue to the back of them to get them to last the distance. No matter what the brand, just stickers don't stick like they used to. Bluey is amazing. If you haven't watched Bluey as an adult, I find it hilarious. It's got so many Australian slang words, things that are just plain Australian. They do a Christmas episode and it's a veranda Christmas, which is very Australian. The Christmas is spent in the pool with people like jumping in all over the place and cooking a barbecue and people going, do you know how to cook crackling on a barbecue? Like, I just love it. All right, there that is. Put that over. We'll come in with our first photo here. I think we might leave it as a square and we'll do it quite central. So the order of addition in which I like to do things on a layout, if this helps anyone, is my background. So I focus solely on my background because you can always place everything around your background and fix it up. Then I like to focus on my grounding pieces of paper, which are the ones down the center here in this layout. Then I like to focus on my photos and get my photos stuck down. Then I focus on my title, which is what we'll be doing next, and getting that stuck down. Then we will focus on the embellishing. So that's the order of addition that I like to do it, and we go from big embellishments down to small embellishments. So we'll pop that one in there. This one here, I think, can go in just over here. I wet glued absolutely everything now. Yeah, our weather here does not like persevering through scrapbooks and stuff like that. And maintaining scrapbooks, unfortunately. I was going to move that one down. See if I can lift it up a bit. And just add it down a little bit. And then we have this one here. We'll go this one. Pretty sure this one's not stuff down too much, so we could go over the top of that, underneath that, just here. All right. So there is our photos. I don't know whether I like that one there. Let's see. Peel it back up. I think I like it better here. So we'll add a bit more glue and pop down. Taught in school about the maths order of operations. Yeah, absolutely. There's an order of operations to scrapbooking layouts. So now that I've got my photos in order, I'm going to add a title, and I'm going to use these ones here. These are the chipboard titles from Happy Days. I think I'm going to do Hello, My Love. So I'm going to pop them out. Here we go. And I think they would do well just here, but coloured in black maybe. Hello. My love. We'll step it down and across because that's how it looks good. So leave it with me. We might colour them black. I think I like that. And I think we are going to colour them black because I think that's what's going to look best. So I am just going to grab out my thickest micron, and just while it's sitting here, I'm just going to colour that in just within the black lines that are already there. Just to make it stand out that little bit more. So let me very quickly do this. I am aware of how long this has taken. So we'll come in. What I might do is I'll do that off camera and you'll see the final photo, but you can get a feel of how it's going to look. Before I stick those down there, I like to add my ephemera. And I've got my ephemera on these new containers in that I got in. So I haven't got much ephemera left from this collection, to be honest. I've got a few rainbows and stuff like that, but not really anything I would be happy to use. I've got a lot of frames, but they're gold. So I'm going to turn to a few florals. And I think I might end up doing a bit of a tone on tone for the florals, maybe. And just popping a few here and there. So we'll go up here, and then my journaling is probably going to go underneath my photo here or to the side here. I think it will probably go. So we can do like a butterfly here if we want to. Probably wouldn't worry about that, but we can do a bit of a floral cluster up the top here. Like that. And then possibly a little bit of one down here as well. And I'll trim that one down so that you won't be able to tell what's going on. But we'll pop that green there as well. I think that would probably do it. Those trays are amazing, and I got them from Craft Online. They're not scrapbook.com trays, they are Universal Crafts, and I also got a Universal Crafts ink pad holder. So I'm going to go through and stick these down. I think they're in pretty good locations. So we'll go in, stick that one down. Stick that one down. Thanks, Jamie. It's coming together quite well. Never know how it's going to go. That one does need to tuck in though, if we can get it in. I might just tuck it in there, I think. Really needs to go underneath this one, but I didn't do that yet. They do have smaller ones and they're amazing. Really good for organizing your ephemera. There that is. And we'll do this one. You're welcome, Jamie. Like I said, I'm planning on doing it on the regular. I might be a bit more organized so it doesn't take as long next time. But I was just excited to be here this time. So here this is. Stick that one under there. And then I'm going to chop this one off and it will be tucked under my photo as well. We'll get all these stuck down. So the last thing I want to add to this page is some bling. Because I think it will be beneficial. I think it will just look really nice with some bling on it. And I am a bling kind of person. So let me get my title stuck down and then we'll move on to that and I'll do the journaling and colouring those letters off screen. So I'm not keeping your time by doing that. All right, I will check them out. That's not Katie, that's Steph. I can't believe you didn't correct her, Steph. Unless I'm incorrect. Maybe that's Katie. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Can you believe one of Oliver's mum friends, I called her by the wrong name at least on 5 different occasions and she never corrected me. And then I sat upright in bed one day and went, oh, I've been calling her by the wrong name. And I told her about it the next time I saw her and apologized for it. I was like, I'm so sorry. she didn't seem to mind, but I was like, oh, it was a horrible realization that I'd called her the wrong name several occasions. Jacques got to have a sleep in this morning. I woke up at 4:30, Jamie. And Jacques got to sleep in with Oliver in the bed. Oliver likes to sprawl out in our bed. He thinks he owns it. All right. So there that is. Then I'm going to come in with a little bit of bling. So let me go to my bling box, which we've got a craftily and happening, but this is my bling box. And it has everything from enamel dots to Pink Fresh Studio jewels to sequins. And I think we might use a few sequins on this layout to add some colour. So, yeah, I've not my drawer so I can put that in. Let me start off with some pinky coloured ones. I know you're obsessed with Pink Fresh jewels. I know. I see it all the time. But they are so good, and they're so good bang for your buck. Like, you can't really get better than that. So I'm going to be using a mixture of Catherine Pooler and Simon Says Stamp sequins. And then my trusty little gem picker-upper is going to help me out here. So I don't have to do all the hard yards, and you just tap it onto it and move it over. It's such a good little tool. So just going to go down in color order. I mean, it's not all my bling. I have drawers and drawers full of sequins and everything, but it's my current bling box right near me. I do use a lot of bling, and I've got a lot of liquid bling as well. So I have a lot of the liquid pearls and everything in liquid bling. So I'm just working my way through in odd numbers, going from pinks, and we're going to chuck in a few like clear ones. Just for a bit of dazzle and shine. And I have to keep in mind where I'm going to add my journaling to make sure that I don't bling over the top of it, because I have a habit of doing that. So I've got some yellows here. Finally started using a Pink Fresh tool. It is amazing. Just don't press too hard with it. It's a really soft tool to use, and it will take you far. So my journaling is going to go here, probably closer to the bottom. So I'm going to add a little bit of bling at the top. I think we've got one left, Steph. Night, Shay. I hope you have a good day at work. You're welcome. There'll be a replay, but I'll also post a photo online so you won't miss out on much. All right, and then we're going to go some green. Always have to add a bit of bling. Absolutely. Can you tell Jacques that, please, Jamie? I know you've told him before. So we'll go here. We'll go this one. This one. And this one. We'll do some more over here. I love a bit of sequins. They're gorgeous. There's just something about sequins on a layout that's so pretty. This had the seagull from Finding Nemo. Mine, absolutely. That's funny. You'll have to order it, Steph, so no one can take it. We'll add a couple more here. And then we'll pretty much be done. I'm going to add a border on here, I think. And then do I have a purpley color? I do. So we'll add some of these as well. Mine has sprinkly bits. What? Must have sprinkly bits. You must have sprinkly bits. I thought you were saying your ring has sprinkly bits. I was like, oh, that's unique. Something a little different. So we'll do this one here, along with this one, and this one. And we'll do this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So that's all our sprinkles done. A diamond sprinkly bits, I don't know whether I'd call them sprinkly bits. I am going to come around and do a wonky donkey border. It's just my style. And then when you photograph it as well, top tip, if you go to photograph your layouts for, say, the Scrapbooker's Journal or anything like that, if you've got a white background and you add a border on it, or you add a couple of sheets of paper underneath it, it helps define your layout from your background, which is why you see a lot of people add gutted paper borders around their layouts or borders like I have. It just helps improve your photography of your layout. Hey Chrissy, how are you? Then to tie that into my lines, I'm going to add a few like faux stitching spots on there, just where my lines meet. Like so, and then when my title is colored in, it's not going to affect too much. So that is pretty much our layout. Let me flip the camera, or I'll leave you there for a second until I tidy up all my sequins, so you can see the layout. But let me know what you think in the comments. Did you enjoy the live? Are you happy to see the lives back more frequently? Did you enjoy the mixed media technique? I think we're going to call this technique the linear packaging technique, or maybe the skinny packaging technique. I just think I think that, I don't know, it needs a name. It definitely needs a name. I think the linear or the thin skinny packaging technique would be the name of it. So let me pop some of these back in, because the cats will jump up here and spill them everywhere. You can be rest assured. But I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think the colour in the background is gorgeous. You can see all the stamping. You can see everything quite well in that one. So let me jump back on and put this one here back on, so I can see all your lovely peeps. Yeah, that's the layout. I think I like it. Looks quite nice. Thanks so much, Sue. Thanks, Meredith. Thanks, Jamie. Definitely thumbs up to the lives being back. I'm glad you guys like it. Yeah, sometimes going on live can be a bit hit and miss depending on how long they are versus how chatty they are. So if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. But I think this was a fun technique to do. I think it just really made a layout. We got 4 photos on the page. It was really nice. Absolutely try the background, Lorena, and post it to the community page so that I can have a look and see how it turned out. It was a really fun way to do a background, and it doesn't look too linear. Like the packaging technique came out pretty good. But I will finish it off and post a photo of it. I am wearing Jen earrings. I'll post a photo of it in the community page for the challenge as well. And I've got posts going up over the next couple of days of layouts that I've done for the challenges as well, to get you inspired and get going. I am wearing Jen earrings. So I'm wearing bluey earrings that my friend Jen from Painty Hands painted. She sells that sort of stuff. And I requested bluey earrings off her. And Ollie just goes crazy every time I wear them. Thanks, Sandra. I love those earrings. They're gorgeous. So that's pretty much all that I've got for tonight. I'm going to clean this mess up tomorrow and head to bed and probably read a book. And I will post when I have an agenda up in the community page of a rough outline of when I'm going to go live. I'll confirm those days, or at least the next day, and post the time, but it'll probably be at 8 p.m. again. Bluey, I know, Bluey is amazing. All right, well, I might say bye-bye to all you lovely people. Thank you so much for joining, and if you're watching the replay, make sure you like and subscribe because it really helps. Thank you for all your company as well. I really enjoyed having tonight. It's like a Saturday night going out on the town, but staying in your jammies crafting, which is amazing because no one likes going out in town anymore. didn't art journal page and left a mess there. Absolutely. It's the way to go. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining the live, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.